Welcome everyone to Homespun Yoga with Sally. I'm glad you're all here. Come on, let's get started. If you have a block or a book, you can get that. You can pause your video and run and get it. And then we're just going to get down on our mats and start on our backs. If you have a sore back, you might want to bring your feet to both edges of your mat and then bring your knees in towards each other. If not, you can just bring your legs out straight. We're going to place one of our hands on our stomach, and we'll start by inhaling real deep in through your nose. Fill that stomach up, and as you exhale, just let it all go out. We'll just start taking long, deep breaths in and out through our nose. We'll just take one more big, deep breath in through our nose, out through your mouth, and then we'll just slowly bring our knees into our chest. You can rock side to side, whatever feels comfortable for you. We're going to start holding one knee in and straightening out our other leg. And we're just going to switch legs. And just still be taking slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. And then we're going to use our breath to move. So we're going to inhale a leg straight, exhale, bring it back in, and move to the other side. And you're just going to use your own breath to move at your own pace. And we'll go once more on each side. We're going to bring both knees in. We're going to place our hands on top of our knees. We're just going to rotate our knees in a circle away from our body. And we're just going to change directions. We'll slowly come back to center. We're going to bring our arms down by our side, and we're going to inhale our knees towards the left side of our mat. And as we exhale, we'll slowly straighten our legs. We'll bring our knees back to center, and then exhale, straighten them towards the right. And again, you're just going to use your own breath at your own pace. Try to keep your shoulders on your mat and your core nice and tight. We'll go once more on each side. Bring our knees back to center, feet on our mat, arms down by our side. On an inhale, we'll lift our hands off the mat. Exhale, we'll bring them back down. We'll inhale our hands and our forearms off the mat. And exhale, we'll bring them back down. We're going to inhale both arms up over our head, and we're just going to stretch our fingertips to the wall behind us. And as we exhale, we'll bring our arms back down to our sides. We're going to walk our heels in towards our bottoms, and we're going to start a flowing bridge. So you're just going to slowly start lifting your hips up off the mat, bringing your arms up over your head as you go. And as you exhale, you'll roll one vertebra at a time back down. So you're just going to keep inhaling and exhaling your own breath at your own pace. We're going to do that one more time. We're going to keep our arms down by our sides, and we're just going to slowly roll up onto our shoulders. And we'll walk our shoulders under our body. We're going to clasp our hands right below our hips, lift our hips as we pull our belly button towards our spine. We're going to slowly unclasp our hands and roll one vertebra at a time till we're back on our mats. Just slowly bring your knees back into your chest, and you can just rock side to side. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly roll all the way over onto one side and come to all fours. So we're going to open our hands wide and bring them right under our wrists and our knees right underneath our hips. We're going to drop our belly and lift our heart for cow pose, and we'll tuck our head round our shoulders for cat. And again, we're going to use our breath to move. So we're going to inhale cow and exhale cat. And you're going to again move at your own pace with your own breath. We're going to move through each pose one more time. We're going to inhale our right leg straight out from our body and our left arm straight out from our body. And point your toes down, stretch through that back heel. And we'll slowly bring them back down onto the mat, and then we're just going to move to the other side. So you inhale your left leg out straight and your right arm out straight. You can pull that belly button into your spine so you have a nice strong core. And we'll slowly come back down to the mat. You're going to inhale your left leg straight, point through that heel. We're going to slowly bend our knee, and then we're just going to lift our knee up so you have a nice stretch in your hip. You're going to bring your left leg back straight and step it to the outside of your left hand. Open that hand wide. You can use a block here. You place your hands on the tall edge, this flat edge. You can bring your forearms. You can make fists if your wrists are sore. Whatever works for you, or no block at all, whatever works. We're going to bring our hands on the inside of that foot, and we're just going to move forward until we feel a good stretch in both hips. So you're kind of in a modified runner's lunge, and you're just going to let your neck and your head hang down. It keeps taking long, slow breaths in and out through your nose. And we're going to slowly bring our hips back to center. We're going to turn the sole of our left foot towards our left hand, and then we're going to move our hips forward again, just till we feel a good stretch. You don't want to feel any pain. We'll let our head and neck just rest again. We're going to bring our hips back to center, the sole of our foot back onto our mat. Step our left foot out to the side, walk our hands up, and inhale our right arm up. And as we exhale, we'll stretch towards the left side of our body. We're going to inhale our right arm back to center, place our right hand onto the floor, inhale our left arm up, and as we exhale, we'll bring it straight out over our head. And we'll just get a good stretch for that whole left side body. We're going to inhale back up, bring our knees back together, our hands back onto the mat. We'll move to the other side. So we'll inhale our right leg straight, point through that heel. We'll slowly bend our right knee, and then we're going to lift it up for a hip stretch on the other side. We're going to bring our right leg straight out, and then we're going to step it on the outside of our right hand. And again, we're just going to move forward till you feel a good stretch in both hips. Let your head and neck hang down. Just long, deep breaths in and out through your nose. We're going to slowly move our hips back to center, turn the sole of our right foot towards our right hand, and then move forward again through our hips till you feel a good stretch. We're going to bring our hips back to center, the sole of our foot back onto our mat, and we'll step our right foot out at an angle. We're going to inhale up, stretch up through our left arm, and as we exhale, we'll stretch to the right. We're going to inhale back to center. As we exhale, we're going to bring our left arm down, inhale our right arm up. As we exhale, we'll bring it straight out over our head. Get a nice stretch on our right side. We're going to inhale back to center, bring both knees back together. We're just going to sit on our heels, and we're going to do a little wrist rotation. You can rotate both directions. You can do a little wrist stretch if you'd like, if that feels good. We're going to bring both arms back down, hands back onto our mat, big toes together. We're going to open our knees wide. Our bottoms are going to go towards our heels. We're going to walk our hands forward and come down into an extended child's pose. Just long, slow breaths here, in and out through your nose. We're going to slowly come up, and we're going to thread our right arm through our left, and you can bring your right temple onto your mat or your forehead. So just play around and see which one feels better for you. We'll slowly come back up, and we're just going to switch arms. So we'll thread our left arm through. You can bring your left temple or your forehead onto your mat here also. Just play around, see which one feels better. And we're going to slowly come up, have both arms straight, and just sit back in child's pose. We're just going to concentrate on taking long, slow breaths in and out through our nose. We're going to stand on our knees, and we're going to slowly inhale forward. to a kneeling plank, and we're going to come forward and slowly lower all the way down. We're going to bring our big toes together, and we'll slowly come up into a low cobra. So we're going to look right in front of us down on our mat, and you can lift up your hands if that feels good. That'll bring more stretch into your back. You can lift a little bit higher if that feels good. We'll slowly bring our hands back onto our mat. We're going to bring our forearms onto our mat, and we'll slowly turn our head to the right. And then we'll turn our head to the left. We're going to bring our head back to center, and we're just going to lift up from our forearms, do a Sphinx pose. We're just going to lift with our hearts, get a nice stretch in our back. Try not to strain your neck. We're going to bring our chest back onto our mats. And we're just going to bring our hands under our shoulders and push back to child's pose. You know, open your knees wide again. Just long, slow breaths in and out through your nose. We're going to tuck our toes and lift our knees for our first down dog. So we can keep our knees bent, open our hands wide, nice straight arms, chest going towards our thighs, our heels towards the earth. You can pedal your feet or do any movement that feels good to you. I like to come straight up onto my toes and drive my heels back down. Just do any movement that feels good to you. Just stretch your chest towards your thighs. We're going to slowly bring our head forward, and we're going to walk our feet to the top of our mat. And we're just going to hang heavy here in forward fold, so you can keep your knees bent. Move side to side. We're going to inhale, halfway lift, so you can bring them up to your hands up to your thighs or on your shins, whichever works better for you. And we'll fold forward again. We're going to bring our arms all the way up to mountain pose. Bring our hands to heart center. We're going to lift our toes up off our mat. You can bring your shoulders around and back. Bring your arms down by your side. You can shake them out. And we'll slowly lower our toes back to our mat. And first we're going to do a modified sun salutation. So we'll inhale our arms up. As we exhale, we'll bring them back down. We'll inhale our arms up. We're just going to hinge from our hips and fold forward. We'll inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're going to step our left foot back, and we're going to bring our left knee down. We'll inhale our arms up for kneeling crescent lunge. As we exhale, we'll bring our hands down, and we'll bring both knees back. And we're just going to do cat and cow here. So cow, then cat, and then do cow again, and exhale, cat. We're going to step our left foot to our hands and inhale our arms up for crescent lunge. Cartwheel our hands down, and we'll step both feet together. Inhale all the way up, and as we exhale, we'll sit in chair. So that's a totally modified sun salutation. The next one we'll just do normal. So we'll inhale our arms up, exhale, bring them down. Inhale our arms up, and as we exhale, we'll fold forward. We'll inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold forward. We're going to step our right foot back. You can bring your knee down or keep it up. It's totally up to you. And we'll bring our arms up for crescent lunge. We'll cartwheel our hands down. Step both feet back. You can bring your knees down here. We'll go from down dog. We're going to go high to low plank, which is a chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Up dog is you lift your legs off of the mat, and cobra you keep your legs fully on the mat. We'll push back to down dog. Right leg comes to our hands. You can bring your left knee down. Inhale, arms up for crescent lunge. As you exhale, you bring them both back down. Both feet together. Inhale, your arms up. And as you exhale, you'll sit in chair. We're just going to fold forward. We're going to step our feet back. Bring our knees onto our mat. You can do extended child's pose where you open your knees and come back, or you can do a traditional child's pose with both knees together. You bring your arms down by your side. I hope you've enjoyed this first video. You can stay here in child's pose as long as you feel good. And I'll be posting a new video soon, and I'll let you all know when. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.